Hey and welcome back to the channel. Yesterday I played in Schwerin in regional and I got top 4. My only loss was against the winner of the tournament, and yeah, he played Malice and he shifted me every game, so yeah, I can't do anything against that. Congratulations to him, but top 4 still good, I think. Because of tiebreak I got 4th place and not something like the second, but it's okay. I played something different than usual today or yesterday because I played the Purrely cards in high rare. Let's start with the Purrely engine. I played triple Purrely, 2 Lily, 2 Cambi. Think you will need Cambi. You need the consistency of Cambi. Kinda conflicts a little bit with K9 cards because your deck don't play into K9, and this is the only card that makes Izuna alive. But I think as a necessary evil you will need this card because you will brick a lot, and yeah, and the K9 interruptions are not that strong in your turn, so it's fine. Then I played triple street, triple my friend, triple pretty memory, triple happy memory, double delicious, double sleepy, and 1 yeep. And YCS Lille, I played 2 yeeps in the main, but I have to cut 1 copy because I want to play another card in this deck. I need the space, so yeah, I cut this to 1. Then I play broken one-offs with talents called by Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn is very good because it's another push your opponent don't expect in this deck. And sometimes you can revive something like Murakumo and wipe your opponent's board. My going second card, I play only 3, and this is 3 copies of Mulchami Fuvalos. It's enough. I think engine is often better than non-engine in this format. So I think it's enough to play only Fuvalos. You don't have that much space in this deck for other hand traps. So yeah, I decided to play only Fuvalos. And then the best card in the deck is triple Foolish Bullgoods. You can do everything with this card. You had a lot of targets, or at least I have a lot of targets in this list. You can send any quick spell to the graveyard, so maybe you have a Lily and Foolish, you can send Sleepy, Delicious, target with Lily and go into your combo. Or when your opponent activates in Bestial, in Gamma, and Delta, you can send, when you already have access to Plump, you can send Pretty Memory to the graveyard, attach it with Plump, then attach Driver, attach Delta, and Yuna gets even bigger. That is for the engine cards. And the other targets are Wingolf's Blessing. This card makes Foolish Bullgoods to a Monster Reborn. This is very good. When you need a draw, you have Metal Fusion. And when you need an interruption or a board breaker, you can send Blackout Loves. In YCS Lille, I figured out that I don't lose to specific decks. I lost when my opponent resolves 2 impermanence. Because usually you cannot play through impermanence that resolves. So I have to do something against that. And I decided to play Rainbow Bridge of Sabotation. This card is a very good discard with your quick spells. You can discard this card banish from the graveyard to add one Crystal Beast and your field spell. And the field spell protects you, of course, for impermanence. And the other interaction what you can do with this card is send it with Foolish Bull Goods. What I do a lot is start my combo when I don't have access to the field spell. I start with Foolish Bull Goods to send the Rainbow Bridge. Then I normally summon Purrely or activate something like My Friend that adds cards to my hand. And my opponent chains a role who can chain this card to add the field spell, to add a Crystal Beast, and in some or maybe a lot of cases you can play Fruit Roll with this line. And the brick, the Crystal Beast you wanna play is Cobalt Eagle, because every other Crystal Beast is useless, and in the most cases this is also useless. But what you can do is, when you draw this Cobalt Eagle, you can normal summon it, activate the effect, and you can return a Crystal Beast you control to the top of your deck. That means when you draw the brick, this Rainbow Bridge isn't alive because it's mandatory to add a Crystal Beast. You normal summon it, activate the effect, put it on the bottom of your deck, and then you can use the graveyard effect of Rainbow Bridge to add it back. It's very niche, but sometimes you have to do it. Yeah, that is the main deck, and that was the spice for today's or for yesterday's tournament, and it really performs. I drew only one times this Cobalt Eagle, but in this case it doesn't matter because I got Mjolnir locked anyway, so yeah, whatever. Let's come to the extra deck. I play of course double Noir. Here's nothing special. One Purrely Noir, 2 Plump, 2 Happiness, 2 Beauty, 1 Silvern Princess Bride, Downard and Zeus, and then for link ones Anima and Linkuribo and Little Knight. Yeah, this is nothing special in the extra deck. It's always the same, I feel like. Then I played in the side deck for every matchup, and Dracotail when you go second, triple Ash Blossom. When you go first, it's only for stopping Fuvalos in the most cases, because you don't want that your opponent draw in so many hand traps that could stop your combo. The next card is double Ghostbell because of side deck patterns. I will side this going second against Dracotail, and when I go first only against Mitsurugi Pure, because there will Wuzu your Noir, and you need some cards to protect you from dying. You have to survive this turn, and even an Ash Blossom or a Ghostbell is sometimes enough that you survive, and in the most cases you had a lot of follow up and can win next turn against this deck. For any fusion deck, Lunalight, Memento, Branded, Dracotail, you play triple Retail Latency. This card is insane against every deck. You had a lot of games when you activate this card, your opponent cannot play through this card, and that makes this card insane. And I had games, I activate this card, special summon, my opponent cannot out this, and it kills Droll. It kills Veiler, Ghostbell, Ghost Ogre, when anybody play Ghost Ogre, or Didi Crow, because all the hand traps have to send to the graveyard. And when this stays on the field, your opponent cannot activate all these cards. So what you can do is, when you play against a fusion deck, you make this alive, your opponent passes the turn, there are cases your opponent don't have any interrupt, so you have this on the field, normal summon and Purrely, make happy, OTK him straight up without anything other card. Yeah, this card is very good in my opinion. Then I play triple Meowls because I want. This is one of the cards that are good against Yami Mitsurugi, and I want to have some cards against this deck because it's insane. And also Malice. Some people play Malice now. It's not too bad. And I don't want to play Lancia only for Malice, so I decided Meowth is very good against Malice and other decks, so this card is very good. Malice ends on a mediocre board when this card resolves. Yeah, this card performs very well. And then in most cases against Yami Mitsurugi, also Dark Ruler no more. This card is very good right now. There are some other matchup where this card performs, but it's mainly for Yami Mitsurugi. The last card I played was Happy's Feather Duster because of side deck patterns. This card is always not too bad. You cannot play every time, every matchup if you want. So yeah, this card is very good. Maybe you noticed I don't play Drool in this deck, this regional, because I figured out that Drool does not make the job I want. There's no deck you can drop Drool and the combo ends on the spot. A very popular deck with Mitsurugi Yami can sometimes play through Drool. They start with Mitsurugi and after Drool they continue with Yami, and the Drool does not make enough for me, and it conflicts with Meowth and it conflicts with Fuvalos, and the last thing what I want to see in my hand is in Mulchami and Drool at the same time. You don't need Drool when you go first, because when you summon your tower you win, so it's irrelevant to draw into Drool, and I see no world in their Drool good is against something you need. I think you don't need this. It's hard to explain. It's not the game plan of this deck to stop your opponent when you go first, and when you go second, Draw is not that good against every deck when you play only some hand traps. So yeah, that was my list for the regional yesterday. Maybe I will do side deck patterns. Let me think about it. Yeah, let's do side deck patterns. Okay. I go through some matchups. These cards, you don't need to side out in every matchup. You can, when you side, you take all these cards, and these cards stay in the deck every time. I don't cut anything, any of these. The only cards you touch when you side deck are Blackout, the Kambis, the Triple Fuvalos, and this engine. And yeah, now we can go through some matchups. Let's start with Yami. When you go first, can put the side deck here. The duster. Yeah, let's start with pure Yami. You only wanna side into triple Ash Blossom because you wanna stop Fuvalos, and of course you side out your own Fuvalos against Yami. And this is basically everything you side against this deck. When you play against Yami Mitsurugi, let's start with always with the first patterns because it's very simple. Yami Mitsurugi, it's the same, take out Fuvalos, side into Ash Blossom against Mitsurugi. I think this is a matchup. You side 3 Ash and 2 bells, so you have to side out 5 cards, and this is your Fuvalos and your 2 Kambis. Against Dracotail, when you go first, you wanna see your Ash Blossom and your Retaliating Sea. Ghostbear is not that great, I think, when you go first against Dracotail, or at least you don't need it. So you side out these 6, and what you always side out are the Fuvalos, of course, and you need 3 more cards, and this is your Kambi and Blackout. You don't need Blackout when you go first against Dracotail. Against Canine decks, you simply side out the Fuvalos and side out these Ash Blossoms. When you play against Malice, yeah, you only you side into Ash Blossom and side out the Fuvalos, and when you really want it, you can side out the Ghost Bell and side out the Kambi, but this is up to you if you want it. You don't need it, I guess, because Malice don't have an out, but sometimes Ghost Bell is so strong against Malice that you can side into Ghost Bell even when you go first. Against Memento, this is the deck that don't care about Noir because they can attack directly, so you have to use Noir, but the problem is when you use Noir, they have Super Poly or Droplet in hand, and this is basically game over. So because of that, you really need some hand traps against this deck, and you side against Memento when you go first into 3 Ash Blossom. The Ghost Bear very strong, and of course the Retaliating Sea, and these are 9 cards, 8 cards, yeah, 8. And this is your 3 Fuvalos, the 3 Rainbow Bridge, your Bird and the Blackout, and you Kambi stays in the deck. Against Lunalight, you wanna have your Ash Blossom, and you can think about the Blackout, the Retaliating Sea, but the Fuvalos you wanna swap against Ash Blossom, and when you want you can side out the Blackout and 2 Kambis to side into Retaliating Sea, because this card is so strong against this deck. And the last deck is maybe Lunalight. Oh no, we already have Lunalight. Talked about Lunalight, yeah. I think this is every matchup I respected on this regional. Let's go to the going second patterns. When you play against Yami, you wanna side into your Dark Ruler. You wanna side into your this is wrong. This should be in this section. When you play against Yami, going second, you wanna side into your Dark Ruler and in your Feather Storm, and you simply cut the Crystal Beast engine. Maybe there's a word you side into Meowls and cut these 3, but I only side into these 4. Against Yami Mitsurugi, you will need a lot to win against this deck, So you side into these 7 cards, and you side out the Rainbow Bridge, and then these are 7. You side out Kambi and Blackwood, and these are also 7 cards. Against Mitsurugi Pure, I think this could be the same. Maybe you don't side into Meowls. I think it could be enough to side only these 4 to side out the Crystal Beast engine. I'm not a big fan of siding Ash or Ghost Spell going second against Mitsurugi because it's pure luck. Sometimes it's enough, but I think in the most cases it will not be enough to only have an Ash Blossom or a Ghost Spell against pure Mitsurugi. Against Dracotail, you really want to side out the Fuvalos, because when you activate Fuvalos against Dracotail, their chain Ash Blossom activates Atarion, and take back the Ash is basically an FT card. You lost the card, nothing happens, they add their interruption back, and you simply lost. So I side out the Fuvalos against Dracotail, and against Dracotail you wanna side into these 8 cards. In the most cases for the traps, and retaliating C is insane. So you will need 8 cards, and going second, Fuvalos I think is not that great. Going second, Blackwood, you don't need it, and the Crystal Beast cards are also 4 cards, so you have 8 to side out. Next matchup, going second against K9. It's kind of depends which version K9 plays. When it's a pure K9 deck, I think you will side into Dark Ruler, and maybe Duster side out the Rainbow Bridge engine. When it's a Mjolnir lock, you side into everything that prevents the Mjolnir lock, but we don't have to care about that anymore, so let's ignore that. Against Malice, I side into Meowls in 3 Ash Blossom, 2 Bell, and I think the Duster in this case. And these are 9 cards, and with these you have 4, 5, 6, 7, and I think I sided out. This is one of the matchups. You side into something. You side out something here. I think I sided out 1 Foolish and 1 Metal for Fusion, something like that. After Malice we have Memento. Against Memento, I side out I think these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you side into Meowls, you side into Retaliating Sea, and in the one of Duster. And the last matchup, going second against Lunalight. Lunalight is not that big of a deal because you can break the board, set up your own tower, and your tower wins. But what is really good against Lunalight is Retaliating Sea. And yeah, maybe you side into Ash Blossom because sometimes an Ash Blossom on Gold Leo is enough, on Silverhound. Or when you really fear Dark Ruler, when you really fear Baguska, you can side into Dark Ruler, and then you side out something of this engine. Maybe you keep the Blackout because you can activate Foolish Boy Gods, send Blackout banish to call Liger Dancer, and they have no Raigeki effects anymore. I think that is every matchup I respected for this regional, and these are the side deck patterns I played. I hope I don't forgot any deck, but thanks for watching. Um, Shoutouts to everyone, and see you in the next deck profile or Purrely content. I don't know. Let's see. Bye bye.